Hey, hey.
I was just listening to Hot Boys. You
Where are
know
you
that
listening?
song? Hot Boys, baby, you got what I want. What I want. In the Lexus Jeeps and the Benz Jeeps. You know what? I used to love that song because they would say Lexus Jeeps and Dad has the Lexus Jeeps. And I would be like, hey, how old was I when that came out?
Oh no, you should Google it.
Oh my goodness. Good evening, Vincent.
Afternoon.
Hey, wow, the people is coming in today. Hey.
It's the time.
It's the
You hear me?
time.
It's the time. Think about it. People would always come in and come in, and the show would have already been started or ending, and we'd be like, "So why y'all coming in now?" It's the
Yeah.
time. I knew this was gonna happen.
Dang.
So, for those just tuning in, we are or not podcast.
Pew, pew.
Your two very favorite sisters who we keep it real and we tell you like it is. We just tell you how we feel and we don't really care or not. So I'm Tasha Mack, your favorite personal trainer, and her favorite big sister. I'm actually the only one, but
A lot
here
of
and
people
there.
like to claim me.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I'm the real one.
Mm.
Okay, go ahead. Who are you?
Most of them are her friends, y'all. So there's that. So nobody's coming for me at the end of this show.
No, that's me.
I am Danielle or Danny or whatever you want to call me. I'm her little sister, and I'm just here, y'all. I'm not a favorite anything. I don't have a grand title like Tasha does, y'all. I just be doing my thing.
Is that right?
Girl.
So how was your weekend? How was your weekend, girl?
Oh, girl. I don't know how was it? I didn't do nothing. I didn't do anything this weekend.
Oh, okay. Did I do anything?
I went out to eat with a friend. And we were talking a little bit about business. Went to this place called Cafe Sunflower. It's a vegan Black-owned restaurant here, and they actually have the best carrot cake, the best strawberry cake. It's very good out here in Atlanta.
Really?
Yeah, so
I love carrot cake.
Yeah, I don't usually like it, but I do. When you and Anita, if you and Anita ever come back, I would love to take you guys there. It's very nice.
I was supposed to remind Anita to join the show. So Anita, please log in and watch the show
already
now.
on.
She's already logged in, but
Late.
yeah.
I cannot believe so many people are here.
I told you. They think they're going to try to make us change our time. I'm not making us change our time. Y'all should just try to show up on Sunday at 7.
What is the issue, y'all? It's just an hour earlier. Come on now. Okay, so that's what I did this weekend. And of course, I had church. And that's always eventful, to say the least. And then here we are, Monday. We were off today for Memorial Day. And I have just been cleaning and sleeping and eating and listening to the people party outside at the pool. What about you? Today.
Let's go back. People are partying outside at the pool. What's going on over there?
It's been a party.
Yes, talk to me about it. What are they doing?
It's been a party all weekend. Last night they were twerking in the pool, and I'm all for a twerk. I love to twerk, y'all. I'll usually just do it in my own comfort of my own home these days, but it's up to whatever you want to do. And they just was having a blast. The remnants of last night are still at the pool, so there's still trash bags out there. Yeah, there's still a bunch of trash bags out there, and now there's more people. People are playing that little toss game. They, the little toss, the little bean bag. I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, I can't think of the name of that.
Cornhole. And then they are out there in the pool and they grilling, they doing all the things. And what's interesting is I think that you can only have like 3 people come in with you, but this is not a 3 people minimum party. This is like a 10 people minimum party. So I don't really know what's up with that.
You feel like there are people there that aren't supposed to be there.
Correct. But it's not my business. That's what I'm on today.
I think you should like be on that all week.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
That's where I'm going for the next week or two. How was your weekend?
It was eventful. I went to a Norfolk Tides game. Didn't really know what was going on there, but I was in the skybox, so that was fun. I never did the whole skybox. So that was fun. I enjoyed it. Good company. So yeah. And then it was Elijah's girlfriend's birthday. So happy birthday to Kaya, her 16th birthday. So I think it celebrated. Yeah. So that was cool. And I think that's it. Did I do something yesterday? I went to dinner with Anita. We went for drinks at this place off of like a dock off of the water with like yachts. Yeah, it was really, really nice. We enjoyed that. It was a whole vibe. It was, but me and Anita, we do that often. We create like girl vibes. It's just, we look for places where we can just sit and just be grateful and, looking for gratitude. So that's all. That's what I'm not going to say that's all I did, and I went to the movies with our family.
Oh, how was that? What'd y'all go see?
Yeah, I didn't enjoy it. Everybody else enjoyed it. I did not enjoy it. It was called
Bad
Guys.
Yes.
Yeah, it wasn't for me. It wasn't for me, to be very honest. But I caught up with a lot of work. I even caught a small nap at the end. Yep. And the bad guys turned into the good guys. My dad, our father, he was like, "Oh, this was a good movie." And Elijah's like, "Yeah." And Leah's like, "I liked it." So everyone enjoyed it. So I think mission accomplished.
Well, that's interesting because when me, mom, and dad went to go see Fantastic Beasts, dad fell asleep in the movies, which it was a very riveting movie, guys. All the magic, all the wands, all the wizards, and he still fell asleep, killings and everything. But I think it was really that he was disappointed about what the movie was and who was attending. Honestly, he seemed like he was bamboozled into coming when really he was under the impression it was going to be Tasha and Elijah there as well. It was just me and mom, so he was very disappointed. And so I think
did you guys tell him that? I mean, like, why did he think that? Because I don't think I was ever going. I don't think I was ever.
Mom told him that it was just us. And he was like, yeah. Mom told my son he was tired. No, girl, he didn't want to be there. Girl, bad.
So I think I didn't talk to you about this beforehand, but here we are. I was going to see if you were interested in possibly discussing the Voyage Miami article.
Yeah, do it, girl. Do it. Nope, but I'm looking for it now.
Okay. I can send it to you. So while we're pulling that up, it shouldn't take us long. Heads up, we were featured in Voyage Miami. Which, yes, it's a Miami-based magazine, and we have no idea how we were featured in the Miami. You found it? Because I have it.
No, I can't find it.
I got you. I'm sending it to you now. We have no idea how we were featured in this magazine. They reached out to us. They were interested in our story, and just so happens that Miami is my absolute favorite place to be on earth. For those that know me well, I know that's kind of weird, but I don't go there to party. I go there to take in the energy, the vibes, etc. And somehow they found out about us and we were featured. So my sister is pulling it up now. So it's always good to celebrate yourself And this is what we're going to do for a couple minutes before we get into the hot topics and before we get into quite a sad show. What's wrong?
I can't figure out how to share it. 1 second. Please hold. We're having a little bit of technical.
Well, she's pulling it up. Thank you, Vincent. We appreciate the shout out. But yeah, we have hot topics tonight. No Charles in charge. And then I believe it's right there. So for those that don't know, this is the article. I think we posted it. I'm not sure. If not, you'll get to see it. We'll post it.
But nobody commented on it, which really is very disheartening. Honestly, I'm just going to be very honest with you. I think it's very interesting. It's very interesting how people celebrate people like celebrities, but they will not celebrate people that they know and their accolades. That's a very small and a short little rant that it only took you 2 seconds to like and say congrats. But that's fine. We don't do it for the
we'll do it for the
acknowledgement. But that's
and in a way, this was acknowledgement as well, because these people do not know us. Which in my MIA, they do not know us at all. They reached out. So Danielle included the link I think she included it in the comments. So definitely check it out. It's got some still shots in there of Marquita and Charles.
We got our whole team in there. Love the team.
Yes, love the team. Love the team. So just shout out to them for honoring us. Look at Marquita.
That's a good picture of us.
That is us. Like, look at my face and look at Marquita. Like, that's us.
Well, let's describe. Well, maybe we should let Marquita in really quick.
I'm gonna let Marquita so she can.
Yes. Let's say, Marquita, tell us what you think these images are saying about each of us, because I know you're gonna have something to say.
I honestly can't remember where that's from, because we always look like this when we're talking to each other. So this could be a FaceTime or this could be an episode. Who knows?
This could be dinner. This could be a trip.
Yeah, this could be anywhere. We could really be in Miami right now.
It's like Tasha saying, wow. I'm like, well, how did that happen? Marquita's like, and this is what happened.
Yeah.
This is how it happened, y'all.
And he was on the mic.
And I'm like,
no, he wasn't. Girl, who?
Tasha's like, no. It's just a disaster. But it's so good. So really quick, I want to say, since we have Marquita here, I wanted to say thank you, Marquita, for one, having a quick yes to our invite and asking you to come on. We wanted Marquita to join the show much sooner than when she actually joined. And so we wanted her actually on the show like in the very beginning, but things didn't pan out that way. But then when we asked her to, she said yes without hesitation. We thought it would be a great addition just because Marquita is hilarious. 1, 2, we all 3 have great chemistry. We all love each other. And 4, we always want to uplift our friends and family and give a platform if we have it. And so Marquita is naturally talented. Why not allow that light to shine through on our podcast? So thank you, Marquita, for being a part of the family and team. And as far as we've come, it's because of you two.
You're welcome, girl. You know, I just need, anytime you give me a platform to talk my stuff, honey, I'm there. So
let's go right into it, since that was a great segue, right?
That was a great segue, and we're about to love each other more, because when I say what I'm about to say, we're going to be closer together. I have a new love for Chance the Rapper. Why, you ask? Why, you ask? Why, you ask? Why, you ask?
Why?
Because he helped Anita Baker get her master's, baby. Ah! Thank you, Chance the Rapper. Yes. Play it on your YouTube, your Spotify. What they say, all the fruits and veggies now, baby. There's going to be some Saturday cleaning up and through here.
So backstory, Marquita has been protesting, I'm going to say, for Anita Baker's.
Protesting.
That's the right word. Right, Marquita? Anita Baker did not own her rights to her music, I guess. Just give us a little backstory real quick, because people might not know.
So yes, as long as Anita Baker has been in the game, she does not have her masters. She put in her time, and she hasn't got her masters. I guess there's a music industry read between the line type of rule that after a certain amount of time you can re-record your music, and everything from that re-recording is now yours. Anita Baker did not have that as part of her legacy, and so because they could not negotiate, she was like, stop listening to my music. And I, want to not question greatness, said I ain't listening to no Anita Baker, because she said don't listen to her.
So how do you feel now?
Huh?
So how do you feel now that you are able?
That's why I said, baby, get out the Pansol and the Fabuloso, because I am getting ready to play Anita Baker until YouTube be like, pick a new artist. Like it's going down, basement. Because Anita Baker is getting ready to get played all through here. My daughter get ready to go to school so damn sad and uplifted at the same time as much as Anita Baker is I'm getting ready to play up and through here.
Oh my God.
She got Chance the Rapper, which is so odd to me because I
This is so sad.
Why do we gotta make that face when Anita Baker song? We're saying
because the vibrations from her music contorts your internal organs. You don't have no weak. The music it just goes through your body. It just flows through your body like blood. You just really feel music as it's going through your body.
Rewind that word. Rewind that word. That vocabulary you just threw at us.
Sometimes I know what I'm talking about. Sometimes I know what I'm talking about. Sometimes I can't say words right. Sometimes I don't know names. I just might surprise you from time to time and know what I'm talking about. But it's just exactly, you gotta feel Anita Baker. If you do not listen to her and you just don't feel like you need to do this, it's like you're rising when she says that.
Yeah.
It's just you're rising when she says that. It feels like bread when it rises when you hear Anita Baker sing. That's why I think her last name is Baker, because you feel like rising rolls when you listen to her music.
How did he make it happen?
Now, see, I don't know the details. See, that's what we need to mind our business on what happens on the back scene. We don't know what.
It's a mind our business type of week. You're right.
But he did it.
Those weeks.
Yeah, we don't want to know the ins and outs, because when we start getting into people contract businesses, i.e. DL Hughley and Monique, that we not equipped to get into other people contractual agreements. So we're gonna go ahead and stay out of it. But I just had to say how much that warmed my heart, because I've been around here moping and groping, and I'm like, I don't know what the hell to talk about.
No.
Because everything is just so sad on my timeline. It's just everything is just, what is we doing now? It's like they put the little droplets in the rat cage at the experiment lab, and now we all just going crazy. I just don't know. There hasn't been a lot of good news. It's bad when comedians are fighting each other. Y'all supposed to be making us laugh. Y'all getting into beefs on the internet. Where we do that at? Y'all pulling up contracts. We is now attorneys. Stop pulling up contracts for us to look at. We don't know what we're looking at. We don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I was looking at contracts today.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Do you feel like she embarrassed herself?
Well, wait, do people know what we're talking about? Y'all, we're
Well,
talking
that's what I was
about.
going to say. So, giving you guys a little bit of background.
Yeah.
Currently, DL Hughley and Monique is having a go back and forth because Monique was under the impression, well, I don't know. I'm not going to say under the impression because she did pull receipts and her contract says that she was supposed to be the headliner of the show. Well,
Really?
DL Hughley also pulled receipts as well that says that he's supposed to be the headliner of the show. Now, the issue is...
Well, like he said, that's
huh?
Like he said, that's his problem. I mean, that's her problem with her management.
With management and the promoter. He's saying that's who the problem is. But she actually went on stage. She called DL Hughley a BAN, a female dog, and he a donkey's butt, the N-word. I don't know. I'm trying to do this. I don't want to get taken off YouTube, so I ain't trying to say the whole thing. You go ahead and fill those clues out. Usually use all that lessons that you got back then and use your clues, okay? You watch Nancy Drew, you watch the movie Clue, figure out what she called him on stage. But she called him that on stage because she said that he said he was not going to go out on stage if he didn't go last. So headliners go last. All the comedians go before. So it was 4 comedians in total. One was Ada Rodriguez, Monique, somebody else, and then DL Hughley. Well, Monique ended up going on before DL Hughley because I guess he wasn't going to perform if she didn't. And she went on a rant about how she's the headliner. He is not the headliner. He should have a little bit more respect for her. How could she not be the headliner when she was the headliner for Queens of Comedy and he was not when he was on Kings of Comedy tour? So it's a little, a little penis measuring contest, a little poking out of the breast for breast, chest for chest. Amongst comedians. And so DL Hughley pulled out what he said is his contract, and it says that he's the headliner. Monique said, you don't have a signed contract. I do, that says that I'm the headliner. And regardless, it just looks like a promoter problem, management team problem, not a DL Hughley and Monique problem to solve on the internet.
Thank you very much.
So unfortunately, 2 legends are on. I mean, I don't know. Who cares? Both of y'all is fun, and people is gonna stay regardless of who come on when they come on. If they want to see you.
I'm sorry. I'm with Vincent on this. I'm not maybe because I'm not a Monique fan, but I just feel like she's been doing too much. Like, it's one of those situations when like there's always a problem when you're around. So the question is it everybody else or is it you?
He said that as well. DL Hughley did make that point because, she got into it with Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, Lee Daniels, Netflix. Now it's DL Hughley. And so people are saying that whole Tyler Perry situation, Tyler Perry and Oprah and Lee Daniels, like they were wrong. And it came out that they was wrong and she was right. But I just feel as though, like, when you're at a certain professional level, I agree with you guys to a certain extent. When you are at a certain professional level, you have the ability to do what a lot of people can't do with other celebrities, and that's call them. You could have easily got DL Hughley's number and called him because, like I said, that was a sit down with all the parties involved. That was not for you to throw it up in the crowd. Now you got everybody at the thing who don't know what's going on. They leaving when DL Hughley came on because they like, how dare you do this to Monique?
And if you think about it, it's almost like we're in the world of cancel culture. That's what this is. So like, why do you keep putting yourself out there instead of calling them or instead of having your people handle it? You have people, I think. Yeah. So you should have people since you're a legend. So if you're a legend, you should have people that should be able to handle this behind the scenes, or better yet, can't you text somebody, and say like, hey man, does your contract look like this?
Exactly. Or like if you heard him say like, I'm not going out there, I'm the headliner. Well, wait a minute, brother. Not. I know this your dressing room and things. Hate to interrupt the shrimp and Hennessy or whatever y'all got back here. But can we talk for a minute? I don't know what they get in their riders or when they go to the show. That was just, a lucky guess what I would have in my room if I was a comedian. Make sure she got.
So you got like 90 seconds.
Oh, I got 90 seconds. Well,
Monique took up all your time.
She did. Monique and Dale Hughley. Congratulations to Rihanna and ASAP Rocky. She gave birth to a baby boy, so that's some other good news.
Good news.
And then a little bit something ratchet before I go. So it is prom season, and I came across a story where a woman gives her ashes to a woman who designed her daughter's prom dress as payment. People, before you give up your mother's ashes, go to Ross and get a dress, and go to Michael's and get some flowers and a glue gun, and take care of your own children's dresses on your own. Don't give up your mama.
The craziest thing is the designer took the ashes because she took the ashes thinking that she would get the payment. So the dress was made. The girl said, I don't have the rest of the money. So she said, but I will give you my mother's ashes.
As collateral.
As collateral. So as a good person, a God-fearing person,
what? Go ahead.
So the designer takes the ashes. Here's the killer. The girl is now not answering on the phone. She don't care about the ashes. She don't want the ashes, and she got the dress.
She do want the ashes. So update, she went live. The family went live. The family trying to pay the girl so that they could get the mama ashes back. The girl is like, I didn't make no contract with y'all. I see y'all in court. Now they trying to make a police report because they trying to say that the lady holding the ashes held hostage. And now it's a whole court case, honey. Oh my God, look at y'all here for prom season. Stop it.
So the moral to the story is, when you think you've had a bad day, you could
think of that lady mama ashes. She's sitting somewhere that she don't even know where she at. Y'all didn't even spread her across the ocean. She's sitting in somebody's fashion studio at their house.
Not the fashion studio.
Y'all, please.
This is real news.
This is real news. I don't know exactly where they're from. Like I can't pronounce where they're from, but I don't know if it's like somewhere in Ohio or something like that. But so people were saying that they were fake ashes until the family came out and said, if you don't give them back, we're gonna make a police report. So I think they're real ashes. And also, somebody said that those urns are sealed. So once you open them, so I don't know what the lady got, but she did have them in her car behind the seatbelt. So she is safely caring for these ladies' ashes. And so, but now it has escalated. Now she's gonna have to take the damn ashes to Judge Judy. So the lady, the grandmama, she didn't travel all over the world, and she ain't nobody. She just looking down on y'all.
You know what's crazy? This is a real story.
This is a real story, y'all. Prom is getting out of hand. Y'all, prom is getting out of hand.
That was great. That was actually one of your best hot topics. I know the most. I know the best part of this hot topic was the Anita Baker return.
Yes, that was very good, Marquita.
One last thing before I go, and it's gonna segue right into what y'all talking about. Texas, y'all need to stop worrying about what's on people's private parts, and y'all need to be worried about what's going on in your public schools. And on that note, I'm gonna be out.
Oh my goodness, bye girl. Oh, you brought her in, took her out.
Oh, yeah.
Really quick, guys. We're gonna have a quick commercial break.
We are?
Yep, we are. Just give me 1 second. Love that hot topic. So that was so good. So good. We haven't done that in a minute, right? So
we're having a commercial break. What is it?
Commercial break. Tasha Mack workout. Tasha Mack Fit. She has a wellness retreat coming up. If you go to TashaMackFitness.com, You can click on the Wellness Retreat tab and register today. It's a one-day event. You're getting a lot of free things. You get a yoga mat, some yoga blocks. So basically, when you leave, you're going to become a yogi. You get a t-shirt for free. Is the t-shirt for free too?
Yeah.
Ooh, I wasn't a part of that decision making. Skincare bag. We have some yoga meditations, gonna have yoga meditations, Reiki session, and complimentary massages, breakfast and lunch. This is a lot.
It is.
Wow. Also, if you have your own business, I just want to put this out here as well. We have sponsorship packages available and vendor tables available. So we have limited vendor tables available. A couple of people have already purchased a couple of tables. So get in there while you can. If you want to know more information, feel free to reach out to me or Tasha, or simply go to tashamacfitness.com to purchase the sponsorship package or a vendor table. And furthermore, buy your ticket today. Prices are very reasonable. I believe we're still in the early bird stage. And
yeah, we're still in the first stage.
Okay. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
For those that don't know, I am Tasha Mac from Tasha Mac Fitness, CEO. Yep. Thank you, Danielle. I appreciate that. So I'm excited about our retreat.
Registered. Shanika says she's about to register. Okay, y'all doing all the things. Great. Okay.
All right. So tonight is the Uvalde tragedy. That is what we'll be discussing. I didn't really want to do this show, but I wanted to do this show. I saw someone post something ignorant on Instagram, and it was kind of about people should give the teacher guns so that they can combat these issues that we have with guns in school. Please express your feelings in the comments about how you feel about guns in school being ready for people such as the gentleman, or you can't call him a gentleman, the man who shot the school up and killed kids and teachers. So today we're just going to kind of go through a few things, talk about a few things, bring awareness to it, start conversations. The basis of, somebody asked me today, what do you guys talk about on the show? And I think it's important to understand that the reason we created this show was to create discussions such as this. Just to create a discussion, to bring awareness to certain things that people don't want to talk about. I'm sure there are tons of podcasts that don't want to discuss this because people's children were brutally murdered, and it is to this very moment extremely tragic and horrific what we all witnessed. But let's not be afraid to discuss it. Let's not be afraid to learn more about the laws and the laws of other places, and why it's so important to vote on different things and to be involved in so many different organizations, so that we can have a voice as much as we can. I'm not necessarily the advocate of the government, but I know that you can at least try.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, you can't say what can't be done if you're not doing anything. So there's my 2 cents. Danielle, you can start us off, I guess.
I would like to actually kick off the show just by naming the victims. And I will name the victims and their ages. I'm only notating their ages so that we can have some type of reference of how young these kids were, and not just how young they were, also how young their classmates were that also endured this tragedy and trauma now that they have encountered. So it's just probably going to take a minute to do. So if we just take a second, if you want to take a second in your own home and say a couple prayers while I'm reciting their names, that would be cool too. And then we'll move on.
Or share.
Yeah.
Share this where you're watching it.
Yes.
You're watching on YouTube, copy the link, send it to someone. If you're watching on Facebook, copy the link, post it on your page, or just share it in your messenger, but share.
Yeah. And it's primarily just to spread awareness, and we don't want these children's lives and the teachers' lives to be in vain. So this is what we're doing to just in our part. Okay, so Nevaeh Alyssa Bravo, 10 years old. Jacqueline Cazares, 9. McKenna Lee Elrod, 10 years old. Jose Manuel Flores Jr., 10. Eliana Garcia, 10. Irma Garcia, 48. Uzziah Garcia, 10. Anne-Marie Joe Garza, 10 years old. Xavier Lopez, 10. Jace Carmelo Luevanos, 10 years old. Tess Mata, 10. Miranda Mathis, 11. Eva Mireles, 44. Alithia Ramirez, 10. Annabelle Rodriguez, 10. Mayete, maybe? Rodriguez, 10. I apologize if I said that name incorrectly. Alexandra Lexi Rubio, 10. Layla Salazar, 11. Jayla Nicole Silguero, 10. Eliana Cruz Torres, 10. And Rogelio Torres, 10. So just something that we did in church. Something that we did in church on Sunday was a pastor took a great deal of time to acknowledge the victims and acknowledge the trauma that we're experiencing as a nation. We took time to pray. And when I say we prayed like it was like we were saving lives, I've never experienced that type of atmosphere and so much intention behind it. And so I just hope that we can take that spirit going forward and not just pray, but have do work as well. So like write to our legislation, protest in whatever way we can, and just not just be like Facebook protesters, not be like Instagram advocates, and Instagram philanthropists, like go out and do the work. And sometimes that may just look like praying and being a prayer warrior for those that you don't know. So thank you guys for allowing us to take that moment to kind of recognize those that we lost over the past few weeks. Joshua?
I just want to say, I think it's important. It might be good. I don't know. This information is public, so you can definitely obtain a list of the Uvalde victims. But it may be important to read that sometimes, because as I was reading along, I couldn't help but get filled up. You can't. It's a loss of words because they were only 10. So like let that sit in. When you decide you don't really want to do anything about certain things that go on in our nation, or you don't want to speak on it, or you don't want to say anything back to that coworker, I'm not telling you to lose your job, but we have to we as people, we have to protect our little ones. Am I afraid for my child to go to school? Hell yeah. He's 16, but a bullet does not care. These kids were 10.
Yeah.
And so, but then it's a bigger picture to me, because when we shift the focus, which I don't want to do, but when we shift the focus to the person who killed them, there were all these signs.
Yeah.
And there were people that didn't acknowledge them. So then you got to ask yourself, if we're going to be owners of Facebook and Instagram and platforms and have the ability to just read, if you read that someone says he's going to shoot his grandmother and then he's going to go and shoot some people at an elementary, you got to tell somebody. You could have saved all of their lives.
Yeah. So in that sense, I would like to also mention that we have become a society to record when police officers are treating Black men and women incorrectly. And although the tapes and the recordings usually do no good, that's another episode. However, our mindset has now changed. So when we used to drive past a car that's pulled over by a police, we were just like, oh, they'll be fine. In my mind, I think to myself twice, like, do I need to pull over as well? One, because that is my brother or my sister. Do I need to pull over and record? I think that we need to take up the same posture in the sense of when someone posts something that is inflammatory or can be harming to another person, then it is our duty of care as just people to report and call the police. And I think that's where we will talk about legislation, but first let's talk about ourselves. So I went to like this diversity camp when I was a kid. I'm very, very cultured, guys. Went to a diversity camp as a kid, and I always remember the facilitator or the instructor saying, before you point 3 fingers at someone else and you tell them what they should do, point 3 fingers at yourself and ask yourself, what have you done? So my challenge for us today and going forward is that when you do see something that is not right on Facebook or Instagram and it's inflammatory and it's divisive or it's saying that they're threatening people, why is it that we are scrolling through and it's like, oh, well, he'll be good, he's fine? Instead, report it. Call the police if they are in your area. You don't know what that person is capable of. That's the first thing. Let's change our posture in that sense. Tasha is absolutely right. Whoever saw the Facebook post, who liked it, who didn't like it, who put an angry face, who put hearts, y'all are wrong.
How impactful is it to know that you could have saved the lives of all those children that you just named?
I would be really like
mortified. I can't.
I would be messed up. I would be messed up because those were children.
It changes the narrative. It definitely changes the narrative. It completely changes the narrative. We can talk about what the cops didn't do. I'm here for it. Okay, we can talk about what they're at fault too, but they're at fault because of things that their narrative has changed. So their narrative has changed as police officers. Our narratives have changed as citizens, and we are citizens on Facebook too, guys. So if you don't want to be responsible for that, get off the platform.
Yeah.
He told you what he was going to do. That's not normal. If you see someone say they're going to kill their grandmother, I don't care if they joking. Report it.
Yeah.
I can't really speak on it, but I can speak on it. An incident where a child had a gun on his Instagram story, and it was reported, and he got in trouble for it. And he was very upset that, that he got in trouble for it. But we don't know who that gun was for or what it could have done.
Yeah.
So the police went to the home and they took the gun, and it was all just him on Instagram flashing the gun to be funny or to be cool, right? And another child told their parent, who happened to be a police officer, and there we go. Here we are. But guess what? That one child telling their parent was more brave than the adults that read the young man's post, and then the children died.
Yeah. So a good segue is in regards to your example.
That's great, what he said.
Yeah. Vincent said, what's so unfortunate is the scenario plays out entirely too much. Mass shootings occur. Everyone is confused. Then later we get all this backstory on events and things that were red flags. And it's just unfortunate. And that's true. That's very true. And a segue to another topic in reference to this is the idea that guns are so accessible. So the idea that a teenager had the access to a gun, or anyone who has mental health issues or mental instability, I think it's important to understand that there are people in those seats who have tried and are continuously trying to change the laws, but I'm just going to call it what it is. The Republicans, whether that's your party or not, you may not agree with all of the things, and you may just like your guns, and you may be a part of whatever organization you feel is giving you those rights. But the Republicans are those that are stopping that. So just a quick reference, back in 2012, 26 people were found dead, including 20 children, at Sandy Hook. And that happened December 14th. A gunman killed 20 children. It was the deadliest shooting at an elementary school or high school in the country's history. And so after the massacre happened, President Barack Obama, he made an urgent call for gun safety measures. And basically nothing was done. The background check proposal appeared to have the best chance of bipartisan buy-in. So basically saying people from both aisles were in favor of putting this through. But the talk stretched over months with no deal. So they finally struck and lost support as the vote neared amid. And so basically what happened, the vote ended up being a vote of 54 to 46 in the Senate. So the measures fell short of the 60 vote threshold to overcome a filibuster. So 5 Democrats joined a majority of Republicans in opposing it, which basically does say, which is kind of opposite of what I was saying, but it is the majority of Democrats voted for the background check. A handful of them voted in agreement with the Republicans. And I can assume that a handful of those Democrats were gun owners and they wanted to keep their rights. And I think it's very interesting that those people who do have guns, why do you not care for people to just be healthy with guns? We are not saying take guns, although I am saying take guns. Most people are probably saying that at this point. But I'm saying a lot of people are just saying, why not get a background check? When you get a job, you get a background check. When you volunteer at a church, you get a background check.
When you're a coach,
you get a background check.
You get a background check.
When you go to the government, you go to a government job, you get a background check. Mm-hmm. When you get TSA pre-check, I'm almost certain you get a background check. Mm-hmm. So these are very minor things compared to having a weapon, which I feel is only needed for such armed forces like the military or a police officer. I think that is more what is so much more disheartening, that it doesn't matter. Children will continue to die.
Yeah.
If they do not fix this problem.
Well, I'm not sure why they don't include the mental piece of it. That part blows my mind. So they tell you, if I'm not mistaken, I can't really state exactly what this is, but I didn't think that it was, and someone please correct me if I'm wrong, but if you have a mental disorder or a mental disease, or anything that affects your mental, that you shouldn't be allowed to purchase. If you have a mental disorder or a mental disease, that's not going to be on your background check. So therefore you don't know. Okay. So we're almost, as I always say, hustling backwards. It does not make sense. We're not even scratching the surface, truthfully, because 9 times out of 10, if you have anybody with the mental capacity to go go shoot their grandmother, and then go to a school and kill children who've done nothing to them, something's wrong mentally. Okay. Something's wrong mentally. We're already there. So that a background check wasn't going to help. And he was young. So he hasn't had time to really do anything wrong. So he hasn't had time to show himself. He was young. And a lot of these killers have been young.
Yeah. So to that point, that is true. A background check won't help. And so to that point, my question for you and the people listening, would it be beneficial to just say get rid of all guns? Or would you say that a compromise would be to have a mental evaluation, as Marquita mentioned here?
I think the compromise would be, I'm a gun owner. So I'm a gun owner. I don't have a gun. I own a gun, but I own a gun. I purchased a gun and then I purchased a safe. Okay. And that's where that is, in the safe. Okay. And so I have my own reasonings for that. I have my own conspiracy theories. But at the same time, if the government puts something out right now and they're like, hey, you need everyone has to take a mental evaluation, or you'll get revoked and you'll have to turn in your gun at this time. I'm not upset about it. I can't be. But as Marquita said in the comments, a large amount of people who are saying these things know they wouldn't pass. The people that don't want that, they know they would not pass. Or they are too scared to find out. Yeah. You're talking about people who are already battling their own problems. They don't know what's going on the inside. So they say, you're going to give me this test. It's going to tell everything about me. The possibility that I could be a psychopath and I too could kill people. I don't want to know. So they're not going to tell it. But at the same time, I don't think when other people die that are not connected to you, it's different. So it's not going to matter until someone dies where it hits close to home in Congress.
Yeah.
And then all shit is going to hit the fan. But until then, we have to lose, senseless acts of crime have to occur, and we have to lose these young people for nothing. Do we know why he chose that school? I didn't do the research on that.
No, I don't know. I didn't even want to watch
the whole process. Yeah.
It's too much.
Yeah, it's too much. It's like I said, it was something that I didn't want to touch, but it was something that needs to be touched. It's something that we have to bring awareness to. Marquita says you can't get rid of all guns because it's a form of protection, but you can limit the types of guns we can own. That's true too. Guns like AK-47s belong in the military. We have a category and level for anything else. Why not guns? She's absolutely right.
Yeah.
There are people that are absolutely fixated over guns. Younger people that are not in the military. And guess what? They could never be in the military. They would probably wouldn't pass a test, nor would they pass it, because the military also gives you evaluations. So they probably wouldn't pass mentally. There's just a lot that wouldn't fly. But anyone, literally, I was telling Danielle, it was the quickest transaction ever when I bought my gun. Yeah. I picked out a color, picked it out like shoes. The longest part was the background check. And guess what? That took 10 minutes. And that's scary. Because when you're at a job, your background check don't take 10 minutes. So my question is, what exactly are you checking? Because it just took you 10 minutes. You get an apartment, your background check does not take 10 minutes. So what are y'all checking that can happen while I'm in the store?
Right.
I should leave and come back. As Miki said, there should be some type of class that you have to take and test you have to take. There should be all these steps. And I thought, as a person who was purchasing a gun, I honestly thought that all these things had to happen before I got to take it home. And I'll never forget the person I was with and the person at the store was like, no, you take it home today. And I just wasn't ready. I'm like, oh, I wasn't ready. I thought you were going to teach me what to do with it. Oh no, here's the brochure. You could go there, you can call this place and they'll tell you how to do it. You can go there. I think you can join a club. Good luck. It's the Wild Wild West out here.
I think that's the saddest part. And that the United States is really the country that has the most guns. It says There isn't another country in the world with as many guns as the U.S. The U.S. comprises 4% of the world's population, but owns about 40% of the world's civilian firearms. The rate of about 121 guns per 100 people is tops in the world, followed by the politically unstable Yemen at 53 guns per 100 people. And that's from Small Arms Survey. So it just proves to show you that we're just out here buying guns for no reason, as if it is a sport.
Keep in mind those other countries that do have all these guns, they have strict gun laws.
And they don't have mass shootings. They don't have school shootings. They don't have any of those things.
Like, for example, I think it says here, police deny or revoke permission if an applicant is convicted of a crime or shows any sort of behavior that authorities think might indicate that he or she wouldn't be safe owning a gun. Large capacity magazines aren't permitted, and weapons must be stored in locked cabinets and unloaded if taken outside the home.
Yeah, so
there
in regards to
rules.
In regards to that, there is a law on how many magazines you can have in your thing. I know that because I was a coworker of mine when I worked for the city of Atlanta took me to a gun range because I was like very fearful of guns. And I don't think I was fearful of guns because of any other reason other than what guns have done or like what guns can do. So he was like, you don't need to be fearful. You need to face your fears, etc. So he's like, when someone comes in, intrudes your home, this is the argument people have that have guns. If and when someone comes in and intrudes your home and you're trying to defend your home, you can only have a certain amount of bullets, I guess, in the magazine. I think that's what it's called. So you don't have enough to kill someone, really. You'll have to re-up. And he's like, it would be better if you had all the ammunition you could have.
Wow.
Yes, it would be better to have as many slots or as many bullets as you can have to defend that intruder. He said that is the only reason why people are against that law. He said, because in their mind, some people have, for the same reason you have your gun, it's for defense. Some people in their mind, they need more bullets to kill whoever they think is coming through the door. And so when he said that, I thought, oh, well, that's interesting. I do understand the thought process of that, but I don't understand who is coming for you. What enemies have you made that makes you feel like you're going to war in that sense, in your own home, other than a possible burglary? You know what I mean? What are the chances of that really happening? Unless you have created enemies who are out to get you. And my thing is, do you want to kill them or do you just want to harm them to disarm them?
Well, if they got those big guns, they want to kill them.
Yeah, are you shooting to kill? Yeah, you're shooting to kill instead of shooting to disable them.
Right.
Until the proper people.
That's a whole nother level too. That's a whole nother level too. Like, are you shooting to kill? Are you shooting to hurt? To slow them down so you can get the hell about? Like, what's your motivation?
Yeah.
Well, our time is up.
Dang, y'all.
Yeah, it's been a good show though. I think it's just important. I can't be judgy when it comes to the ownership of a gun. But I will say that if you know that you shouldn't have one, you need to get rid of it. If you feel like it's mentally you're not there, just go ahead and get rid of it. Whatever you need to do. I don't know the procedure today. You might need to you can take it to a pawn shop, I believe. You can take it to a gun pawn shop.
I think I saw in a video on Instagram, a man who was very gung-ho about guns, called after this happened. He called the police station, asked what to do with his firearm because he no longer wanted it or needed it. And they told him to destroy it. In my mind, I feel like they should have been like, bring it to us. because
they told him to destroy it. How you destroy it?
Destroy it. You can just destroy it however you see fit. I don't know. The
Throw
man
it
was
away and throw it in the trash.
nope. He was like tearing it up like with a mallet. It was on Instagram, and so I think that it was interesting that I feel like there should be some type of get rid of your gun policy.
See how I was like, well, what do you do when I don't even know to tell nobody what to do with it. And no one told me nothing to do with mine if I decided I didn't want it. Like there is no other. So we're going to just let it sit over there. So when I go crazy and I have a bad day, I can go take care of things. Like that's crazy, guys.
Yeah, I think that maybe there is something. We're just naive to it. So I'm going to maybe look into it and maybe we'll be able to post on how, if there are gun disposal process, if you do have a firearm and you no longer feel like you need it, if that is your way of protesting, if that's what you're leaning into, and whatever the case may be.
Better yet, if you don't feel right mentally, get you some help.
Yeah.
Don't touch your gun. We'll figure that out later. You get you some help.
Yeah,
taking someone's life is not going to make you feel better, and most likely you're not going to make it out, honestly, whether it's jail or death. So it's just best to just get you some help.
If you're white, you will probably make it out, but if you're black, which is majority of our watchers,
based on the color,
the majority of our,
I was going to say based on the color of the skin,
Yeah, and I just really quick before we go, if you take note that all of these children, majority of these children are minorities. I don't want to pass that by. Okay, General Savage says we do something called Kicks for Guns down here in Central Florida. Okay, we got people watching from Central Florida. Okay, see you. I think now it's gas for guns or something, but they used to give away shoes for old gardens, and it works very well. Then he says the opera offer people some sort of incentive for their old guns, but if you don't give them something of value, they feel like they're not profiting. We live in a very capitalist society. So there are programs out there and people who are trying. But like I was saying, all of these children were brown kids. And I don't want to overlook that. And I certainly think that has to do with how the police responded. And that's my first thought when I saw it happen. I saw that it was a minority elementary school, and those were brown babies, and they did not care. Charlie also says you can surrender your gun, call the local police, but the non-emergency line, or turn it in or sell it to a licensed dealer. Yes, y'all coming through with the education.
I know when I purchased mine, there was a section for selling. So wherever you got it from, maybe you should take it back and see if they'll take it, if they can purchase it from you.
If you feel that, we're not saying.
We're not to overshadow about them being brown kids, but this is great information, and there's definitely a way to do it if you feel like you're a gun owner and you're just not feeling good mentally, and you feel like you might need to take care of some things with your gun that may cause other people harm. You may need to go talk to someone. You can actually go to the hospital and tell them how you feel. They'll take care of you. They're going to check you right on in and bring you on in and bring you on home for a couple of days. They'll take care of you. Just take those steps first, and don't go to Facebook, because apparently nothing's going to happen. If you go to Facebook and you're reporting it to the world that you're about to do something ignorant, 9 times out of 10, no one's going to listen. I almost think he did it because he wanted someone to stop him. So, no, because people don't do that. You don't say what you can do. If you really
do it.
Do it. So I do feel that he was young and dumb. I feel that was kind of like a cry for help, and no one listened, unfortunately. So, all right, Danielle, close us up.
All right, guys. So a very emotional show. And we do want to say thank you for hanging in with us on these hard topics as well. We are a good time crew, but we are also ladies that are thought-provoking contributors to our society and our culture. And so we use our platform for that as well. So we are so grateful for you guys for tuning in every week that we do have a show. Thank you for being contributing co-host as well in the comments. And if you have not yet, and this is your first time tuning in, please share. If anything, share this podcast over all episodes. This one and our mental health episode. And I ask that because we need to get our community talking about these things. And so that is just my call of action to you guys. We hope that we provided some commentary that you're able to take into your week. Yes, Tasha?
Before we go, make sure you tune in next Sunday at 7 p.m.
Yes.
Maybe we'll change it to 7:30. I don't know, but you guys got to make it on time.
Yeah.
So we'll be here at 7 p.m. Subscribe to our YouTube page, please, please, please. I think we're at like 168. Can y'all get us to like 175, please? That would make my night. And next week, I think I talked to my sister about it. I don't know if she's cool with it, but I really want next week's topic to be about Black and missing. So we'll kind of discuss the epidemic there is of African-American women and girls that are missing that we don't talk about. I just want to blow it up. So tune in next Sunday, 7 o'clock. Let's talk about all those beautiful brown faces that are missing. So, and unfound. So that's next Sunday. But go ahead, Dan. Sorry.
Yeah, for sure. We hope that we were able to pour into you so that you're able to go out into the world and pour into others. We hope you have an amazing week. We only have 4 days to kill it and be our best selves. And we'll see you next week. Bye, guys.